We're 2/3 of the way through the first quarter of the year. January, February are done. It's March now. It's about to be spring, and before you know it, it's gonna be summer, and before you know it, it's gonna be the end of the year. Life moves quick. What's up, y'all? Back again for another episode of Rags and Roses. We're back in my room here in Miami, Florida. This is episode 2 and the 4th video that I've made here on this channel. I've had quite an eventful month, February 2024. And the last week I've been feeling really low. Not sad, but just energy, motivation has been at an all-time low. Like, I wasn't feeling myself. I wasn't attacking things the way that I normally would. My body, my energy levels weren't matching the intentions and the ambition that I have in my brain to always be on top of things. And I just couldn't bring myself to make a video. I couldn't bring myself to sit in front of a computer and edit. Even though all these things I know I do enjoy, especially when I'm in it, then I was just like, okay, like, well, why do I feel this way? Why have I been down? Why couldn't I bring myself to do these kinds of things? And I think this was like the first time that I'm experiencing burnout. Since the start of 2024, I've really been on top of my shit. January, the entire month was writing down my habits, incorporating new habits, doing weekly reflections, setting weekly goals, being really intentional about every single thing I was doing. I was on top of my mind, my body, my spirit. I was in tune and aligned and making sure that I was tracking everything. That in and of itself is a lot of effort, but I needed to get that done in order to find out what serves me, what's working for me, and what's not. Whereas February, I really didn't know what was going to happen, other than the fact that I was going to go to New York, I was meeting with my agency, and that I was going to put out 4 videos, or like at least 1 video a week. So far, I've accomplished that. I mean, this video is going to be a little bit late, but that's because I felt so burnt out. I couldn't even bring myself to get in front of camera. But that's besides the point. February, I just wasn't as intentional. I didn't step into it with intention. I didn't set goals other than to make these videos. I was kind of in receiving mode. I was just allowing the world to come to me. I was allowing the universe to come to me. And I was just kind of going with the flow, which is cool. But now I think that I've gone from one extreme of being highly regimented, highly intentional, and February being complete opposite. March, I had to find my middle, because we're 2/3 of the way through the first quarter of the year. And this quarter for me has been about habits. It's been about growth. It's been about building the foundations so that once I step into the second quarter of the year, I have a firm grip on the things that I can control, the things that I can do that can make my life better and be more aligned and intentional about the things that I want to accomplish. But I think I had to burn out, because what I need to do is I need to find a new flame. Once you felt burnt out, it means you need to try something new. Once you've learned new skills and applied them to some degree of confidence or comfortability, it's time to add something new to my bag, to take on new challenges. I'm thinking I want to run a marathon this year. Like, I wanna try something that's gonna push me to my limits, or I want a challenge that's gonna take a long time for me to accomplish it. That's gonna take massive amounts of effort. Something else to ignite the fire within me. Things that are going to enrich my life and enrich my career path. Like, I've done the whole mental health wellness every single day dialed in. Now the free flowing, allowing things to come to me, going to events or parties, and I haven't been out in a while. Like, I know that I learned that way, by going to the extreme in one sense and going to the extreme in the other, and then I find out how to navigate the space in between. Other than trial and error and making mistakes, I think pushing yourself to your limits in whatever direction it may be is one of the best ways to learn about yourself, and it's one of the best ways to learn about what you're capable of. And I think that's how, having built the foundation in this first quarter, is how I step into the next quarter with intention and confidence in what I've been able to learn about myself and what I'm able to bring into Q2 and through the rest of the year. Q2 is it's going to be about implementation, right? It's going to be about stepping into power. So I think feeling so low, being down the way I was, my energy not matching my ambition and my intention, is like, it was a result of burnout, maybe of the first 2 months, and maybe the big weekend, like I said, was the nail in the coffin. I needed time, I needed sleep, I needed a moment to slow down and regain my center. And I don't think I really gave myself that time to do so throughout the month of February. You know, I might have slowed down, I might have needed that rest, I might have needed to take it easy for a little bit, but I never lost sight of the vision. Right. I know that I still have big things to accomplish. I know that there's still a lot of things I need to do in order to get there. So my mind was always there, but maybe my body just needed a little bit more rest to get there. Because I've allowed myself space to grow, to fail, to try, fail, and try again. Even though sometimes I might have fallen short, I've never lacked in effort. I've never lost sight of the vision I had for my future, to be a creator, to spread positivity, to make an impact on the world, and to be an example for others, to chase your dreams, and that the reality you seek is out there. You just have to make it yours. If you impose your will on the world around you, the reality you seek is out there for you. I had to burn out so I can find a new flame, so I can find a new challenge. I had to go from one extreme to the other extreme so I could find my middle, so I could find my balance. I needed a new goal, a new vision, a new purpose, a new sense of direction, or at least a more refined sense of direction, a refined vision for what I had already intended. It's just sometimes you put too much pressure on yourself to make things happen, even when you don't have the energy to do so. And it's okay to take time and to take space and to remove yourself from things or from social situations or from people to get back to who you are. And although, you know, it's good and people need rest, you know, another thing I've also learned during this time is that the world doesn't really care if you're tired. The world doesn't really care if you're burnt out either. So, you know, take your time, but also know that if you're trying to build something and you're trying to grow, you also have to be willing to work even though you're tired, because the world doesn't care. My reminder is that in order to move a mountain, you must first move small stones, right? And 99% of failures come from people who have a habit of making excuses. Tired is not an excuse. And I think that's what March is about, is going to be, you know, these activities that I want to involve myself in. Run clubs, or trying new workout routines, the beach, arcades, and go-karting experiences, or going to the Everglades and reading new books, or trying to, you know, pick up on Spanish or learn a new language, things like that. Things that keep things new, they keep things fresh, they keep you on your toes, and they're challenging you every single day. You know, having bigger goals that are going to take a long time in order to accomplish, that you're gonna have to chisel at every single day. Iron sharpens iron, the same way that you sharpen your skills, right? And if life starts to get dull, if things start to get dull, it's time to get to sharpening. Either you're sharpening the knife that you already have, or you need to pick up a new tool, right? You need to add something new to your bag and put a new tool in your utility belt. Become a more worldly, a more holistic version of yourself. Don't let life get boring, and don't let yourself get beat down into the ground doing the same things over and over and over again. There's so much life out there to experience. There's so many skills to learn. You know, be curious, be an observer, and then also participate. Make sure that you have bigger goals to strive for. Because I think one thing that I've learned is that, you know, once you have a goal and you've accomplished it, it's really easy to get complacent and, you know, to kind of sit on your laurels about the fact that you've done something. You know, once you've accomplished something, it's time to pick up something new. And I think that's kind of what March is about, finding my pocket. And for me, Q2 is about getting shredded and breaded, trying to get in the best shape of my life. I'm also trying to get in good financial shape as well. Sun is going to be out, and I don't want to be wearing a shirt. I don't want to be wearing clothes in the summertime, quite frankly. And summer bodies are built in the winter and in the spring. So if you don't start now, you're going to fall behind. So let's do it, baby. That leaves us with the rose, bud, and thorn. So my rose, episode 2 of Rags and Roses, the 4th video on my YouTube channel, and that means it's been a whole month since I've started it. That's something to be excited about. My bud is probably going to be Miami Music Week. There's a lot of events going on, and I'll see what, you know, videos I'm able to take, maybe some vlogs coming with that. I also have a vlog of my previous weekend, the weekend that kind of took me out. That'll come out later this week. You know, there's a lot to look forward to. Miami Music Week, more videos, and good weather. And my thorn Well, I guess this whole video was my thorn, right? I just kind of told you what's been bugging me recently. I just been feeling burnt out. And I think the solution is to that. I just needed a new challenge. And so, as I step into March, I'm going to be a lot more intentional about my goals, my vision, the things I want to get into. Let me know what's your rose, your bud, your thorn, and also let me know what else you want to see from me. I have a lot more ideas that I want to bring to you. Obviously, I care a lot about fashion. I want to bring maybe a lookbook, maybe seasonal lookbooks, or maybe hauls or those kinds of things. Or maybe you want to see more of my fitness grind. And thank you again. Thank you so much for watching. So you hold up your end of the deal. Like, comment, subscribe, share it, and then I'll hold up mine and keep on creating for you guys. Thank you so much, and that's it. Peace.